Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? Guys!
In today's episode of the Quadratec Academy,
Fellas,
we're going to be installing some new tailgate hinges. Hey, Rob here for Quadratec.com. Welcome to another episode of the Quadratec Academy, where we go over some tips and tricks that make working on, maintaining, and modifying your Jeep vehicle just a little bit easier. Now, before I get into today's job, if you guys haven't already, do me a huge favor and make sure you hit that subscribe button so be sure to catch all the latest episodes of the Quadratec Academy as well as plenty more. And if you guys out there happen to have any suggestions or ideas for jobs that you'd like to see me tackle, well, go ahead and leave those for us down in the comments section below. So as you can see today, I do have our TJ with me here in the shop. And I'd have to imagine that most of you out there with an older Jeep, if you're not already, will probably experience this problem at some point in the ownership of your Wrangler. And that is when these rear tailgate hinges start to wear out. Now, unfortunately, these hinges are a sealed unit from the factory. And they're that way on just about every year and model breakdown of Wranglers. So that's the older Jeep Wrangler YJs and even the newer 07 and up Jeep Wrangler JKs. Over time, moisture makes its way into that hinge and starts to corrode the pins in there, causing it to get noisy and bind up. And eventually, they're going to get very hard, if even impossible to move at all. And unfortunately, really the only way to correct this problem, because they are a sealed hinge, is to go ahead and simply replace them. But that's okay, because we've got plenty of options for replacement tailgate hinges for you guys. You can click that info button to head over to Quadratec.com to check all those out. We've got hinges ranging for everything, as I mentioned, from the Jeep Wrangler YJs to TJs to even the newer JKs and JLs. So there's sure to be a replacement hinge out there to take care of your noisy hold binding tailgate hinge. Now, doing this job in general is not very difficult. However, it can be a bit of a frustrating one, because as the years go by and these hinge pins start to corrode, well, the bolts that secure the hinges to your Jeep are going to do the very same thing. Now, 4 of them on our TJ here go into the tailgate. That's pretty well sealed from moisture and the elements, so they shouldn't be too bad. Unfortunately, moisture can make its way into the tailgate a little bit. Sometimes those can be a little difficult to remove. The 2 top bolts on the body side of the hinge here actually are on the inside of our Wrangler here. They're right behind the carpet on the inside of the tub. Those are pretty well protected from the elements. However, we do have 2 bolts that usually end up being a pretty tough challenge to get out. And that is these 2 lower bolts on the body side hinge there. Those are totally open on the back side of the body tub to the elements, to road salt in the winter, moisture, dirt being kicked up from your rear tires when you're off-road. And just like with those hinge pins, well, the back side of those bolts tend to get pretty well corroded, and they can be a bit of a challenge to get out. So I've got a few tools laid out here that are going to help us get the job done today. The first, and probably one of the most important, is a good penetrating fluid. Now, you're going to want to go ahead and give the back side of the bolts, yes, even the ones inside the body tub, a good spray of that penetrating fluid. Definitely these lower ones before you start the job. So go ahead and spray them down, walk away, grab something to drink, get some lunch, and then come back and tackle the job. Now, in the case of our TJ, you're going to need a T40 Torx socket. I definitely recommend using a socket, not a handheld T40 Torx driver. It's just not going to have the torque you need to get these out. And speaking of torque, I don't recommend using a handheld socket wrench to do this job. Unfortunately, you're just going to put too much torque and have a tendency to strip out the heads of those bolts before you actually break them free. You really need the action of a good impact driver or impact gun to get these Torx bolts out of the rear hinges. So I've got a couple options here. I've got a smaller impact driver with a 3/8 inch driver adapter in it. I've also got our larger 1/2 inch impact gun, our electric gun. And then I've also got an air powered impact gun as well. So whatever option you have to you at home, I definitely recommend not trying this job unless you've got an impact gun to tackle this. And then of course, you may need some adapters like we're gonna need here with our larger 1/2 inch impact guns to go down to our 3/8 inch T40 Torx bit. Now, these are not impact sockets. So when I've done this job in the past, I've also run into the situation where I've broken the Torx bits in the heads of the bolts trying to complete this job. So it's a good idea to have a few of these laying around before you tackle this job, maybe at least 2 or 3. So I'm gonna give you some little tips at the best way to get these out. After we've gone ahead and sprayed everything down with some penetrating fluid, it's also a good idea to get yourself a hammer. A little sledge actually works better. You need something with some weight behind it. And when you put that Torx bit into each one of these bolts, you got to remember that these are installed at the factory and then painted afterwards, which means we've got paint down inside of the head of these bolts, which could prevent us from getting a good contact between our T40 Torx socket and the head of that bolt. So it's a good idea to go ahead and put that bit in there, give it a couple good taps with your sledge to really seat that bit inside of the Torx bolt. Now also, by tapping it with our sledge like that, just that action of that vibration and that impact can help to break up some of that corrosion inside of there. It's going to make it a little bit easier, hopefully, to get that bolt out. I'm going to move over now to grab my impact gun and then use my adapter. You can see we've got a nice, good fitment of our bit in there. It slides all the way in. It's all the way engaged with the head. And when we start to remove this bolt, this is where the job can get a little frustrating. You want to take your time and make sure that you're not wearing away, breaking or twisting your Torx socket. If your Torx socket starts to become damaged, you want to stop and get a new Torx socket before you strip out this bolt. If we end up stripping out one of the heads of these hinge bolts, well, that's going to make the job a little bit tougher. That means we're going to have to resort to grabbing our drill and drill bits, drilling out the head of this bolt, and then if we can't get the remaining stud of that bolt out with some vice grips later on, well, we may have to resort to completely drilling out and retapping that hole. We don't want to get to that point. So go slow, take your time. If your Torx bit starts deforming, go ahead, grab a new one, throw that one out, go replace it, whatever you need to do. So let's see what kind of luck we have today at getting some of these bolts out. No, not very much luck at all. You can see I've already busted my first Torx bit of the day. So let's go ahead and chisel that out and grab a replacement bit. Anytime you're going to be chiseling out a broken piece of that bit, well, it's always a good idea to go ahead and put some safety glasses on so nothing comes flying out of there. All right, so as you can see already, this very first bolt has given me quite a few problems. Had to resort to grabbing a chisel and then even grabbing my grinder with a cutoff wheel to put a little slice through it here to get the broken bit back out. Now at this point, I cut just barely into the bottom edge of that to help give me still some remaining bit of that head to try a new Torx socket in there to see if we can't get this out. As you can see, that second one, it ended up coming out pretty easy. So it's really just the luck of the draw when it comes to how easily or how difficult some of these bolts are going to come out. And it all just hinges on, no pun intended, how much corrosion is on the back side of those bolts. So with that being said, I've got that broken bit back out of there. Let's go ahead and grab the impact gun and see if we can't work this the rest of the way out. All right, well, at this point I can see I'm starting to deform my torque socket, so I think we're gonna have to resort to some other measures to finish getting this first bolt out of the hinge here. I'm gonna try slicing through it a bit more with my cutoff wheel. If we can get the hinge out of the way, I might be able to grab that stud with a pair of vice grips and see if we can't twist it out that way. All right, at this point now that I've got the hinge away from the body, we can see that, yeah, that is very, very corroded in there. So I'm going to grab a pair of vice grips and spray that down with some penetrating fluid now that I can get access to at least a little bit of the threads. Let that work in for a few minutes and then see if we can't get that stud the rest of the way out of there. All right, well, at this point, we've got the top hinge off. You can see, even though that can be a little bit frustrating, if you stay persistent, stay calm, you can usually work your way through, get all those bolts out. Those two body side upper hinge bolts came out pretty easy. This outboard bolt on the tailgate came out pretty easy, and well, I'm still fighting with this inside one. So I think that looks like it is so well corroded in there. I'm gonna end up having to just drill through the center of that bolt and work my way up in bit size and then probably come in and just re-tap that because that is just so corroded in there. I don't think there's any chance of getting that out. You can see now that I've got this hinge off and there's no leverage of that tailgate, you can see just how seized up that hinge really is. Well, at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the body of the Jeep here a little bit, continue working until I get that all the way drilled out and then tapped for the new bolt. And then I can move on to installing my new upper hinge. Now, the hinges I'm going to be using today are from Kentrol. And the nice thing about these hinges is that they're made from stainless steel. So we shouldn't have to worry about these hinges corroding over time. They're available in both a polished stainless steel or a satin black powder coat finish that looks really great. They come with all the hardware we need to get them installed. So I'm going to go ahead and finish getting this cleaned up. Keep tackling that one bolt, move on to getting this hinge installed, and then we can move on to removing that lower hinge. All right, with everything cleaned up and tapped, ready to begin the install of the new hinge here. The one last thing it's always a good idea to do is to go ahead and apply some anti-seize to those new bolts before we install them so that if we ever have to take them back off in the future, well, we won't have to deal with the same amount of trouble. So we'll go ahead and just put some anti-seize on each of those bolts. Now on the body side of the tub here, there is a nut plate that goes on the back side. That may have fallen down when you removed the old bolts. So we'll go ahead and just set that back up into place. We can go ahead and get this first bolt started. A little anti-seize for the next bolt. And then depending on the hinges that you're installing, the fasteners may be different. The ones that are included with the Kentrol stainless steel hinges happen to be a 3/16 inch button head Allen socket. So we'll go ahead and just snug the body side down first. All right, guys, with all those bolts tightened up, that takes care of the install of upper replacement tailgate hinge. Of course, I got to repeat those same steps to replace the lower hinge now. I'm not going to bore you guys watching me struggle with rusty bolts. It's basically the same procedure. Hopefully, keep our fingers crossed that those bottom bolts come out just a bit easier than the top ones did. Of course, I hope these tips and tricks helped you guys tackle your job of replacing your squeaky, rusty, seized, corroded tailgate hinges on your Jeep Wrangler YJ, TJ, or maybe even a newer model JK. Of course, if you have any comments or questions about the job we did today, you can always leave this for me down in the comment section below. If you have Any jobs you'd like to see me tackle here in the Quadratec Academy, you can also leave this for me down in the comment section below. And if you want to check out any of the replacement hinges or tools that I used in today's video, you can click that info button to head over to quadratec.com. Till next time, I'm Rob. I'll see you guys out on the trail or right here in the Quadratec Academy.